What if the DUM podcast were to spread into the Soviet Union? Would you be scared? Or would you watch? Well, get ready, because here we go! Welcome back to the DUM Podcast. I am Don Dario.
Yo, what up? And I'm Kev The Allstar. Welcome.
If you can't tell, we are on set, on the road, in an amazing venue today at the Pushkin Lounge, downtown San Diego, with an amazing guest. Let's just introduce him, man. Ladies and gentlemen, please make it loud for Ike Gazaryan.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Glad to be here. Thank you so much for coming to my place and turning everything upside down here.
Oh, man, if we turn these cameras around, yeah, it'd be a disaster area. Thanks for having us, dude.
Hell
this
yeah.
is so fucking beautiful here. We did record here once with another comic, but this is way much better as far as the view, I think.
And the comic, too.
Definitely. Ike, man. Dude, you've been blowing up, man. There's so much to talk about. I met Ike here at a show. I didn't know he was the owner. All I knew that he was the owner that was going to headline a show. So when I heard about it, I had a friend and I got him a spot on the show, so I came to support him.
Nice.
And but when I heard about it, I'm going to be honest, I was just like, oh, it's one of these bar owners is just like, oh yeah, I'll do a show, but I have to headline. I was like, oh no. But then I saw him, dude. Oh, absolutely killed the whole room, man.
So what I'm hearing is Ike is not only the owner, but is headliner worthy.
Yes, very, dude.
Yeah.
Very.
Thank
And then
you.
I talked to him afterwards, and you told me you've been doing it for a long time. How long
been
have you
doing
been doing it?
You know, I moved to Russia in 2010 for work, and we started doing comedy there. So I did 2 years in Russia.
Oh, yeah?
But it was a very tough experience because the comedy scene was just being born. So people didn't know how to do comedy, what venue should be like. And we just had basically, like, sometimes they would do it at the club when they stopped the music and stop people from dancing. And they're like, and now comedy show. And everyone was like, boo, get the fuck off the stage.
Yeah.
Like, we want our music back on. And so there were a lot of unpleasant experiences. But that was so long ago. It was some experience, but then I moved back in 2013.
Yeah.
And I haven't done it for maybe 10 years. And I basically took a 10-year break and I started doing it again. So naturally, I feel like I've only been doing comedy for 2 years.
No.
In Russian and then 1 year in English, yeah.
So what you're telling me also, Ike, is and maybe I don't know, I've never been, but I think there's other people that are watching that will say Russians have sense of humors.
Yeah.
Russians is tough, man. Russians is tough.
They're very tough.
Yeah.
Germans the ones who don't have a sense of humor. Russians do.
Fair.
Oh man, he has this great opener right now that gets me because it plays on like our, I guess the way we were raised, thinking about Russians here, and being a little afraid or whatever. And he comes out, he has this great one, man. You guys gotta see his set, man. Next time he does it. Ike, you were also recently on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Congratulations, my
Thank
friend,
you.
for even being selected. And dude, I don't know, I gotta send it to you, Kev.
Yeah,
and
dude.
we'll post it on here. Absolutely killed, man. You killed on Kill Tony. He gave you a shout out to
He gave a
Pushkin
shout
Lounge.
out, gave me the big book. We had a lot of fun. I'm going back for that ticket and a regular spot next week.
Yeah,
So
baby.
catch me there again.
Oh,
for
next
sure.
week
Yeah,
already?
I'm flying out on next Wednesday, so it'll be the following Monday. So 2 weeks basically. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
And if I get up, then 4 weeks for a month from now, basically,
Yeah.
you'll see me again on there. Yeah.
How did it feel being up there doing Kill Tony? Like,
Dude, I was just being myself. To be honest with you, I've never watched a full episode of Kill Tony because I always watch the clips.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'd watch the full episode, I'm watching the minute, and the comic sucks. I don't even watch the interview, which I should have, because the guys make it fun.
right?
It's not always the minute that's fun.
Yeah.
But when I went up there, I had no idea what it was for. I spoke with one guy who's done Kill Tony. He's like, yeah, they gave me a book. He put me in a small book, and I thought that he has a big book and a small book, and he writes comics names into it, and if he likes them later on, he calls them. So I thought that's what the book was for. So when Tony threw a big book at me, I started opening. I'm like, it's empty. What the hell is going on? He's like, yeah, you're supposed to write jokes, and I'm like, oh, that's what the book is for. Okay, because I had no idea what the fuck the book was for. I was like, give me a pen, let me write my name in it and give it back. I was going to autograph
You want my autograph?
and give it back to Tony Hinchcliffe.
That's funny.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. That's awesome. So
what is
you
it,
went
just a plain Jane notebook, or has it got his company logo on there, or what?
It had his logo on. I guess they make different ones all the time. This one had the two guns and the microphones inside of the gun.
Kill Tony.
Yeah, standard Kill Tony stuff.
Nice.
Should have had him autograph it. Shit.
I will next time.
I mean, well, hell, you got a recording of it, so, right?
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. I had no idea what to expect. I just kind of went in there open-minded. Maybe that was a good thing, too, because
I think so.
I went in there not knowing shit.
Yeah.
And then I was going to say, okay, I'm going to watch the full episode. It's going to be my own episode.
Yeah.
But I was like, let me at least see what the fuck the show is about. So I watched I was on 6.99.
Yeah.
I watched the 6.98.
Okay.
I was like, I got to see what the fuck this
So
thing
you
is
saw
about.
it right before?
I saw it right before.
But it still didn't affect you anyways, right?
No, I had a great time. I was like, because when you're up there, it's so much energy. Like, I forgot half the stuff that I said.
Yeah.
And plus, when we left the show, I came down. There's a bar across the street where all the comics are hanging out, waiting for their turn to be called. I go up there, and a couple of my comic buddies were there. Jim Pine, shout out to Jim Pine. We were smoking some weed and had a few drinks because I needed to like calm my nerves down. And then we're chilling, and then the guy who calls the names comes back and says, "Hey, Tony wants you on the set again." So they brought me back on the Kill Tony set.
What?
And everyone's like, "Dude, just so you know, this doesn't happen." Because I guess like few comics couldn't follow.
Yeah.
And Hinchcliffe was like, then I saw it in the video. Hinchcliffe was like, one more fucking bad comic, and I'm bringing Ike back. And then he said, "Go find Ike, have him on standby ready."
Oh, hell yeah.
So they brought me back, and I was waiting backstage to come out again.
Dude.
And I guess it just so happened that two of the final comics were actually funny.
Yeah.
The material was funny, and they were funny. And so they were like, "Oh, sorry, we didn't get time to put you back." But
but they're gonna. So to
yeah,
me,
they were gonna bring me back on the set.
Yeah,
so
that's saying that he knew he had confidence in your talent, and that he can bring you out and just spend some time out there.
Yeah. Instead, they gave me. I got a VIP back pass, and so after the show, we were all hanging out at Mitzi, smoking weed, drinking alcohol for like 4 hours with Tony and Luis Gomez and all the other comics.
That's badass.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We got to hang out. Ari's a really cool dude. Ari Matty, I met him. Hans Kim was there, so just all the regulars basically were hanging out and chilling.
Fuck, dude, that's an experience.
So
you're
dope.
going back when?
So 23rd is Thursday, and I guess they're gonna film it on like the 27th again, and I'm gonna try to get on that one again.
27th of January.
Now that I know some people, maybe I can pull some plugs. We'll see.
Yeah, dude, get it, man. Congrats, brother.
I got another killer minute for him, so I think it's gonna be a really good one.
So I don't know if you all can tell out there, but there's some little gurgling sounds. We are in Pushkin Lounge, all right? It is a hookah bar and grill and everything. They have a full bar. So, yeah, that's what you're hearing. That's what's going on, all right?
We're smoking.
Tell us about Pushkin. Like, how long have you owned it?
So I opened this place 9.5 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah, almost 10 years.
Damn.
We opened it as a Russian restaurant, and then went through COVID, and then the war started, and people were like, started boycotting anything that's Russian, and so people stopped coming here. A lot of people. Our sales dropped like 2 or 3 times. It was pretty bad. And then so we were like, okay, well, this work can't last too long.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna stick it out. And we stuck it out for like a year and a half with like terrible losing money. I was just putting money out of my pocket.
Yeah.
And then my wife and I were like, dude, let's fucking cut all the bullshit. Let's turn this into a bar lounge. Because we had like 4 chefs in the kitchen, 3 bussers, 4 waiters, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, we don't need all this. And so we went ahead and just changed it to a hookah lounge bar.
Okay.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, about a year and a half ago we changed it to a lounge.
So I hate to ask this question, but did you get any violent pushback or any kind of bullshit tagging bullshit like that?
Yeah, people left notes on the windows.
Oh
A
my
bunch of
God.
people left 1-star reviews. I actually have the audio calls of people calling.
Yeah.
Fuck Russia, we're gonna burn the place down, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, I'm Second Amendment all the way. Come through. Let's see.
Yeah.
I got a safe with the Glock here,
Yeah.
sitting, especially for those type of
Dude,
people.
you know
I
what
don't
you should
give a
do? You
fuck.
should do Kev, you would know this back in the, what is it, the Jersey Boys? No. Huh? It was just like a
I don't know.
so it's basically prank calls. So I was thinking when you were saying that, I was like, you should record it and then like your feedback to it, but make it funny and just record the audio.
Absolutely.
I would kill for that.
You know, and then like
twist it.
randomly the news company showed up and they're like, hey, do you guys have any hate or anything like that happening? And I'm like, yeah, well, here's all the recordings. And the news fucking loved it, so they started publishing this shit. And then
Of course they.
a week later, FBI contacts me. And they're like, we want to come talk to you. I'm like, fuck, FBI wants to talk to me for. I'm like, okay, come through. They're like, well, yeah, we heard you were being harassed and blah blah blah. And so they came in. It was an FBI agent and a young woman who also works at FBI.
Yeah.
And she was Russian. I could tell right away, but she was pretending that she didn't speak Russian. Even though I'm looking at her, I'm like, you look fucking Russian.
She's the
Anyway,
fucking
so-
interpreter, man.
Yeah. She was just there to make sure that if I say something. And then, so they asked me all the questions about the hate calls and all of that. And I'm telling him, and I'm like listening. I'm telling him all this stuff, and I can feel that he's not really interested. That's not the main reason why they came here. So then they were like, oh, by the way, do you feel like any Russian spies might be coming here?
Oh.
And he started grilling me on all the like possible Russian spies or whoever
What?
that may be in San Diego, or if I know of anyone, or if I find anyone suspicious, would I contact him and blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, you're not here for the fucking hate calls, are you? And then he kept calling me. So did you notice any? I'm like, dude, there's no fucking spies in like. You used really a spy would come to my restaurant, have a couple of drinks, and then say, hey, by the way, I'm a Russian spy in this country.
It's the chef and all his knives. That's
Such a
crazy,
bullshit,
man.
yeah.
It is bullshit, man. Sorry you had to deal with
Oh.
that. Not everybody here is.
I have a fun
fucking
story to tell,
stupid.
though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you were gonna tell. He was waiting to tell this earlier. Tell me.
Oh no, I'm saying now I have a funny story to
Oh,
tell about
okay.
this, but my life is full of crazy funny stories.
So 9 years here at Pushkin. Tell us about what's going on with all the comedy and stuff? Because you guys had a show last night, didn't you? You having one
we
today?
had a show last night, and I don't always headline in my own spot, just so you guys know.
Yeah,
I
he does.
usually let
Yeah, he does.
Alan Henderson. He's
yeah,
a very funny comic.
I gotta get him on here, by the way.
Yeah. We will probably have to do it on the first floor.
Oh,
He's on the wheelchair.
he's in a wheelchair. Yeah. So.
Anyways, Alan is a very great comic, and he always makes the lineup. And I usually like to go in the middle, anyways, when I'm at my own spot. If it's a big show, I do, of course. Second to last or last is my favorite spots to do comedy.
How often do you do them? How often are you doing these shows?
So here we'd have once a week, but then I'm right in between because ACC, American Comedy Company, is a block away. Madhouse is 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
Yellow Door's on the same block with me.
Never been there.
So I've done shows at every club in San Diego, including the Mic Drop. So I've done every comedy club, except actually I've never done La Jolla Comedy Store. I've never done that one, but
you haven't done open mic at least or anything?
No, I've never signed up for it because ACC is right here.
It's
so
right
for
there.
3
It's
minutes
easier.
to test it out.
That's
But
way
ACC
easier.
has the best fucking open mics because dude, they have like 150 people at the open mic.
Crowd.
It's a
Holy
big
shit.
crowd. Yeah,
It's amazing. Hell yeah.
Sometimes I tell my comic friends from out of town, I'm like, do we have 150 people at an open mic? Sometimes even close to 180, and they're like, impossible.
What the fuck?
And then they come and they see it, and they're like, oh shit.
Yeah, you want a nut. I wanted a nut when I first saw it.
Is that participants, like fucking comics waiting to get on stage, or is that outcome people walking in to watch an open mic show?
They do have like maybe 40 comics, and they're all sitting because it's a bucket pool. But majority, I'd say 78 to 80% of the people are regular folks that came there to listen to comedy, so it's awesome.
That's freaking awesome. I mean, whenever you can draw a crowd at an open mic, you know, like if you run in an open mic like a regular show.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. This is the only open mic I've ever seen.
That's like that, yeah.
That's like that, yeah. Because usually, you're right, it's like 20 comics. And most of the time, sometimes they're not even in there listening. They're smoking outside. And you have like 4 or 5
They
people,
walk out of your set. They walk in the middle of your set. They don't care.
Yeah. The door closes, opens all the time.
Yeah.
It's distracting.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you can kill on a 5 or 10 people audience, you know those jokes are going to fucking work on a big crowd.
Speaking of audiences, dude, like he was at Mic Drop. He headlined at Mic Drop the last time and absolutely murdered the freak. It's a small room, you know. It's maybe crowd, 70, though. But it was sold out. It was a sold out show, man. And you killed, dude.
Thank you.
That.
That was a great show.
Yeah, he's got some videos out there that he posted that I posted as well. You just hear my dumb laugh in the background because I'm right next to the camera. I just feel stupid laugh.
I can hear your laugh now, Don.
Yeah, everybody can. Oh man! All right, so we usually ask these questions, right, Kev? We asked, how long have you been doing it?
What got you started?
What got you started? What did get you started?
Okay,
like that first time getting on that stage, what drew it in?
So I was dating this beautiful girl in LA, and she got me introduced to stand-up comedy. She's like, do you watch comedy? And back then I didn't really watch stand-up comedy. Plus with YouTube, it was like 2003. I don't even think we had YouTube back then.
Yeah.
And so she had this VHS tapes of Eddie Murphy's Raw and Delirious. And I think that was the first one that I've watched. I watched that and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then she's like, she loves to go to comedy clubs. And so she took me to Haha. I think Haha was the very first comedy club that I went to.
Okay.
Down on Lincolnship in LA.
Yep.
And we watched I went with her, we watched comedy, and I was like, oh, I fucking love this.
Yeah.
And then I found out who Dave Attell is. I fell in love with Dave Attell.
Yes.
Dave Chappelle started coming in. And then she broke up with me and started dating this famous comic, or somewhat famous comic in LA, up-and-coming comic.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, bitch, I'm going to fucking become a famous comic, and I'll show you. And then I even started writing some materials down. And I remember the first time she read some of it back when we were still together. She's like, "What the fuck is this? Yeah. This is terrible." And I'm like, I'm trying, you know.
I'll get there.
And then I forgot about the comedy. I followed it, but I didn't do anything. And then I moved to Russia in 2010, and that's when the comedy scene there was just being born, stand-up comedy. So I was like one of the first people to do stand-up comedy in Russia with a couple of my friends.
Yeah.
But again, it was really bad. I actually once followed a comic who got his jaw broken on stage for doing a Jesus joke.
In Russia?
In Russia. This comic goes up on stage, gets his fucking jaw broken for doing a Jesus joke, because you're not supposed to make fun of religion. So he's doing some Jesus joke. And the guy just runs up on the stage and breaks his jaw. You can see his shit was hanging.
Oh,
and the fucked up part that the guy that hit him was also a comic.
Oh.
God, see, that's
and then I had to follow him, so they carry his ass out. The people are there, and they're like, and now Ike Gazaryan, and I come out on stage. I'm like, what the fuck? And as I'm on stage, I see him being taken out. They're fucking calling an ambulance, and I'm like, okay, no Jesus jokes. I get it. It was really hard to follow. I don't even remember how. I'm pretty sure that show went pretty bad. I couldn't have done
my
anything
God.
funny after watching a fucking comic get his jaw broken.
Oh my God. Well, that answered my
So then
question.
you started comedy strictly out of spite.
Dude, yeah, I got into comedy. Well, she got me into the comedy, so that's a good thing. It was a good
Right,
thing.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
everything
The
happens for a
blessing in
reason.
disguise type thing.
Yeah, I'm very happy I met her and that she got me introduced, and I'm very happy she left me for that comic.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you answered my question of if it was gonna like, what's the difference between here and Russia, and that's the difference is you get your jaw
You
broken.
get your jaw broken.
Okay.
But this was 2010. Right now, comedy scene in Russia is fucking insane.
Yeah.
And in Moscow alone, I think they have maybe like legit 8 or 9 comedy clubs, and then they have 15, 20 open mics at bars and things
All
like that.
over the
So
place,
yeah,
so-
all over the place.
So it was big.
So it's huge. Yeah, there's over 1,000, 1,500 probably comics who go up and
Try.
if you want, like in Moscow, you can set things up where you could do like 5, 6 open mics a day. Just go to different ones, time it out, and they're all different times. Open mics start from like 12 and 2 p.m. at some cafes, and then you can go walk around. There's plenty of places to do shows. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
And then they have big shows, and comics get paid. They have paid regulars. Typically, you get about 100 to 150, between $50 to $200 for a paid gig
Wow.
for 20
over there?
minutes. Yeah,
Nice.
20
That's not
minutes that gets you
bad.
that.
Do you still go? Do you visit at all?
I haven't been back in a really long time. I've done a lot of tours in Russia for stand-up comedy. Not tours in Russia. We've done stand-up tours in Russian language in Europe, Armenia, bunch of other former Soviet countries. I haven't been back to Moscow to do comedy, but I'm going to. I wanted to like start doing really well
Yeah.
here, get the gist of it and be comfortable on stage and everything.
Yeah.
And so when I go back to Russia, I just fucking murder
Take
in
it
Russian,
back home.
and then they'll be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" You know, I
Fuck
want to come there
yeah.
and learn because all my comic buddies were like, "Dude, just come here, do mics for 6 months, get your fucking feet in, and then you'll be good." And I'm like, "No, I want to come there when I'm
Fucking good.
fucking good,
Yeah.
and then just fucking
Murder.
murder." 'Cause
Yeah.
that's my plan. I want to do comedy in Russian and in English as my full-time job,
Yeah.
and you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
between the two languages, I don't. For me, it's just as easy to do English and Russian,
Yeah.
and I can switch back and forth real easy. So that's my goal: is
Yeah.
to just constantly tour in both languages.
So, but you have done it over there. You've done it here. You've done it Texas. Where else have you gone and
So
done?
a really good friend of mine is a famous Russian comic, Sasha Nizlobin. What's up, Sasha? He took me on tour with him. This is like maybe 3 or 4 months into doing comedy in United States in Russian. He's like, "You're good. You're coming with me on a tour."
Nice.
And we went. We did 17 shows in 22 days. We did like
Damn.
8 cities in Germany. We did Germany, Poland, Austria, Latvia, Armenia, Budapest, Hungary. It was pretty awesome.
Fucking awesome.
And then
dude.
every show was packed. So we had every show was like 350, 400 people. And then the very last show in Latvia, I've never done a huge stage before. You know, my max was like 300-400 people. And we get there and they're like, "Oh, by the way, the show is sold out." And we go in, it's 1,100 fucking people sitting there.
Holy
What?
And I'm like 4 months, 5 months in the fucking comedy. And my
Oh,
buddy's like, "Okay,
wow.
you're gonna do well. Just space out. Make sure you pause more.
Yeah.
When you have
Slow
crowd that
down,
big,
yeah.
just don't go fast." And typically, I usually am slow-paced comic. Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't speak too much or too fast.
Yeah.
But it was insane, and it was fucking just a rush because you're coming out and it's gorgeous, fucking beautiful hall, 1,100 souls sitting there, and I was like,
That's
"Oh my God."
crazy.
And I would open for him. So I would do 25 minutes to 30 minutes as an opener, and then he would come in and do an hour, and we
Yeah.
did that. And I'm happy that that was the last show, not the first show. So I
Yeah.
got some experience from all those other ones, and
Yeah.
then boom, 1,100 people. It was nice.
Would you say that's like your best, or like your best experience doing stand up? Was that one?
Yeah, it was just really hard to remember which city we did what, and like it's hard to know which hall you did in which city. Like there's few places that like the Latvia was 1,100 people, so you know for sure that was like you remember that one.
Yeah.
Then I remember a Berlin show because we did it in an old German bunker,
Oh fuck.
World War II bunker. They turned into a theater, and that was sick.
Damn.
It had like 250 people inside this like
Shit.
bunker / theater type of thing. The acoustics were great because the walls are super thick.
It was underground.
It was underground.
Oh,
yeah.
that's what I want.
A
And
bunker.
then that show was very memorable. Frankfurt show was memorable because Frankfurt looks like LA with the homeless people in downtown. It's just crackheads with the needles, and I'm walking. I'm like, fuck. I feel like I'm in US, not in Germany. But other than that, all the other cities and all the other clubs, they're all in the mix because the time zone. You're in a different time zone. We're lagging, so you wake up at like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
and then the show is at like you have to be there at 6. The show starts at 7, and then we're just drinking Hennessy and Red Bull, do the show, and then continue partying all night, go to sleep early morning, sleep throughout the day. So dude, it was amazing. I had a lot of fun, but it was hard to remember what was going on.
It was hard to remember, period.
And then we added 3 shows in my homeland, Armenia, which I'm Armenian ethnically, and we did 3 shows in Armenia. And for me, that was the best thing because I was doing a show in Russian in a country I call my home, you know?
Yeah.
And so that was the best experience for me, even though there was a small club, like 80, 90 people, 3 shows there, but you're doing it in the homeland. So that was the most fun I had.
You told us about the jaw-breaking one. That's weird. What would you say is your weirdest? Is that your weirdest experience doing comedy?
Well, can you think of something else that's more weird than watching a comic get his jaw broken?
Oh, fuck yeah,
I mean, that was
dude.
pretty fucking weird. I mean, the fact when people were booing you in a nightclub when they stopped the music and now we have comedy, and then all the Russians are like, fuck no.
That's so fucking
we're
crazy.
Not.
I'm just wondering if the dude went to church the next day.
Yeah, right? It was pretty wild.
That's fucking nuts, man. So do you are you planning on doing, besides Texas, Austin again, are you planning on going anywhere else?
So we tour often. I just came back recently from, we did 3 shows in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, nice.
Russian comedy, 250 people each time. It was good. I did, usually when like really famous Russian comics come here, they ask me to open for them.
Nice.
So that's a good paid gig. And we did recently again, we did a show. It was New York, Miami, and 2 sold out shows in LA, 700 people on each show.
Nice.
Miami was like 1,200. And that was really fucking cool.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
That was really cool, yeah.
And you're a family man, right?
Yeah. 2 kids, wife.
Does that get in the way? Does comedy get in the way at all?
Not really. My wife is amazing. She lets me do it. She's like, follow your dreams. I believe in you. It was funny. Thank you. Exactly a year ago, she was like, look, I want to give you your chance to follow your dreams. So let's do this. I'm going to give you 1 year to do comedy. And that was on January 7th, she told me, of 2024. I'm going to give you 1 year to do comedy.
Oh, shit.
If you get to somewhere where we're like, okay, you've done pretty good, then you can continue doing it. But if in 1 year you don't get anywhere and nothing fucking happens, then you quit the comedy. And we agreed. And the Kill Tony episode came out on 6th. On the 7th was the year. And she's like, yeah, you've done so much, so good in
that's
this 1
awesome,
year.
dude. Congrats.
With all the tours and everything. So she's like, she's basically handling this. My mother-in-law lives with us. She helps with the kids a lot.
Yeah.
The only thing sometimes sucks is you don't see kids every day.
Yeah.
But like, you know, Sundays are like family days for sure. And then certain days I stay at home and hang out with the kids. So
well, that's good.
That's
you
awesome,
got your
man.
mom.
Congratulations on that. That's freaking
Thank
dope.
you, my
I
brother.
think many
Appreciate
comics or anyone in the field helps their partner, supports them that much, you know?
Dude, yeah,
Hell
she's my biggest fan. My mom is not. She's like, well, comedy doesn't pay you money. Why are you doing this? You have a business. Why are you wasting your time? I swear to God, like it was hard for me to come out to my mom and tell her, hey, I'm doing comedy. It was like coming out the closet for a gay person, you know? I'm like, Mom, sit down, don't worry. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a comic. And she was like, oh my God, who are you a comic with?
Ladies and gentlemen,
boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time for the Jiggity Joke Session.
oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the Pushkin Lounge, smoking it up, toking it up. Oh wait, that's later. But we've got 3 comics playing the game tonight. Count them 1, 2, 3. And sir, we are gonna start with you, Ike, since you are our special guest. Whenever you're ready, you start with number 1.
I recently heard that the shirt called a wife beater is offensive. I instantly agreed. I too find the word wife offensive. I like it. Very
nice.
good joke. Very good joke.
Nice. Good read, my friend.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Good read. Straight, clean through.
That's right. All right, Kev, you are up.
All right. The champion reader here, you know? All right, here we go. So I recently bought a Ouija board, but I'm waiting for Biden to die to use it.
Oh, nice. Quick and to the point.
It's my joke.
That's awesome. Good job. Good read, Kev.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin.
I'm proud of myself.
All right. My turn. Most comics go on stage hoping that maybe they'll fuck somebody after the show. I know I will. Worst case scenario, it'll be my wife.
Fair.
Nice. This is just like a wife bashing episode. I like it.
I mean, the worst case scenario.
Yeah, divorce.
Worst case scenario, it'll be my wife.
Yeah. Yes. Ike, you are up, sir.
Thinking about money when you don't have any is just stupid because it's never used for charity or to do good for society. No cap. I would do everything I've always wanted to do, like get a car, a truck, a boat, an airplane, and learn how to fly it. I'd buy a hangar and start moving drugs. Make my money work for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice, Ike. Good one, sir. Good
Thank
read.
you.
All right, Kev, you are up, sir.
All right, gentlemen and fans watching out there. A weird thing about the medical field is that they use absorbing pads for humans called chucks. Like when someone pisses their pants and says, "Ah, chucks." The medical field recently lost tons of money in equipment due to changes in the law. They had to send back all their nuts on pregnant pads.
Oh my God. Nice. Good read. I think we could have stopped at chucks. That was good. Good one, Kev. All right, my turn. Why did the banana go to the doctor?
Why?
Because he didn't peel good. Nice. All right. Ike, you are up, sir. Last one?
Yep.
All right.
Doing everything together isn't as romantic as it sounds. I walked into a restroom when my lady was in there, and I shouted, "Busted!" She said, "Why? 'Cause I'm putting a tampon on my cooch?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Sorry, caught red-handed."
That falls in line with the other 2 wife jokes.
Yeah, it is a wife episode. All right,
I think
Kev.
it's the same guy that wrote the...
All right, Kev, you're up.
Many of y'all I know will relate. Let's see where this is going, though. I only caught one key word in here, and I already know y'all gonna feel it. I never do coke alone because I always have a mirror. Just me, myself, and I. The mirror is great. It's always your turn.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Like, okay,
that was
joke.
A great joke. That was a great joke. All right. My turn, right? Why do girls itch their eyes when they wake up? Because they don't have balls to scratch. It's true. I mean, some do. I don't know.
I was waiting for the comeback to the T-shirt, to the wife beater shirt again. I was like, because the eyes hurt from all the wife. No.
Oh, nice. That would have been good
comeback.
too.
Great
All
jokes,
right.
you guys. Thank you so
job,
much.
Good job. All right. Before we let you go, we do have a little game that we like to play. It's called Guess Who Wrote the Joke that you read. Shit. Now he's going to get it. Anyway, it's Guess the Joke. You have to guess who wrote the joke. All right,
joke?
So there's a couple of things. It could be written by Kev, it could be written by myself, or it could be a combination of Kev and myself writing it together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so start with number one. Just a brief description of the joke.
I recently heard that the shirt called wife beater is offensive. Instantly agreed. I find the word wife offensive. I would say that this joke was written by Kev.
Kev The Allstar, yep.
It's a great joke. I like it. Was it written by you, Kevin?
Say again?
Was this your joke?
This was my joke, yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I was actually, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to tell Don I was shocked when I wrote that one. Because I'm a storyteller, joke writer. So when I wrote it, that short form, I was blown away.
Hell yeah. I love
so
storytelling.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice. All right, next one.
Thinking about the money when I don't have any is just stupid because it's never used for charity.
Okay.
Make my money work for me. I think you wrote that joke.
Yep. Ding, 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 ding.
2 for 2, baby.
2 for 2. He's going to be the first one of the year.
Okay. And the third one, doing everything together. The joke with the being caught red-handed.
Uh-huh.
I want to say it's Kevin. Kevin's the one who wrote it. But I think it was you. Because I think Kevin likes them to keep them short, maybe, from what I seen the first time. So I'm gonna give that joke to you as well.
Final answer?
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. 100%. Oh shit. All right. So
man, 3 for 3, the first of 2025, and the man comes in a champion.
That's right. If all goes well at the end of the year, we'll get all the people that got 100%. We'll come back, do a little joke thing, and get you a prize. All right. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Hey,
Do you have?
Ike, go ahead, man. Dap me up.
Get it.
Hell yeah,
Nice.
brother. Here you go. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, man. Do you have anything that you want to promote? Any websites, social media
Come
shows?
to Pushkin. We're here. I think everybody knows. Just come to Pushkin restaurant, have fun, hang out, smoke hookah. Don't stay too long.
Hey, Ike or Don, Ike, how far are you? Are you close to what is it called? Because you're in San Diego. Is that like by the Gaslight? Am I saying that right? Gaslight district.
Gas lamp. We're actually in the heart of the gas lamp. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, you can see the homeless people outside. Yeah. we're in the gas lamp.
Come visit, Kev. Let's do it.
Hey, I got to.
What else? What do you got, Kev? You got anything to promote?
You know what? I got to ask with your co-host of the bunker, Mr. Cole. So I got a show on the 22nd, but it's in February, but still, that will be good. It's all veteran show, so that'll be fun. But other than that, we're still on standby for the details of the restaurant and the comedy show and a show and dinner and a show. So we're still working on that. But you can check me out on any of the social medias at Kev The Allstar or KevTheAllstar.com. I'm on all your platforms. And don't forget, follow, subscribe to the DUM Podcast.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Well, as for me, follow the podcast, subscribe to the podcast. Please go there. If you're watching it right now, please like it. Please subscribe it. Tell your friends. Let's try to get those subscribers up. DonDarioComedy.com. It's got all my socials on there, which is just Don Dario Comedy on everything. We've got the Patreon for some hidden episodes. The Roast of Don Dario on there if you want to see my ass get roasted. Thank you all for watching, and remember to stay safe and have fun in life, folks.
Hey, and live to laugh and laugh to live, because without laughter, what's the point?
No point, baby. Thank you.